Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is how the dress looks in the back. I am a size 32. So yeah, let's get into today's video and start making this cute dress. Hi everyone, so to get started you're going to need this yarn. It's double knit yarn, and on the paper it says that you can use 4mm. So we are going to use 4mm, but I just want to say that you can use 4.5. I'm going to use 4.5 actually, not 4mm. So anyway, let's get started. Please don't mind my nails. I need some work done on them, but I don't think they're so terrible. Oh, the nice thing is that this yarn just started right in the middle. Fabulous. So we're going to start with the triangle. We're going to start with the top part of the dress. So we're going to start with the magic ring. So now we're going to make a triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we go back into the first space. We got 2 and 3. So now we are going to chain 3. Let me see if I can zoom in. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and into that same space we're going back again with double crochets. 1, 2, 3. So this is a cluster of 3. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. That was the second cluster, and we're going to make the third cluster. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to make the last piece of the triangle. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go into the third hole of this one. So you go 1, 2, and 3. We're going to slip stitch. There's our triangle. Now we move on to the next stage, or the next row. Going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was chain 4. So we can go in there, or we can move on to the next triangle. So I'm going to chain 1, and then we're going to make a cluster of 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's looking like that, and we're going to chain 3 to make the corner. There's supposed to be 2 in here. So 1, 2, 3. Let's make another 3 cluster in the same space, or 1 cluster of 3. 2, 3. Then we chain 1. That's the space. So now we're going to need to put a corner cluster like that in this corner. So we have 1, 2, 3. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Another cluster with 3 double crochets. 2, 3. And we're going to chain 1 and go into this space to make 3. So we're doing the third corner. 2 and a third double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3. in the same space we do another cluster to do the corner. So here we already have one of the clusters. We did one. This is going to be the second one, and you count 3, 1, 2. In the third we're going to do a slip stitch. There's our triangle. Now let's move on to the third row. So here you're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and in the same space you're going to chain 2 more double crochets to make it one cluster. And then we are going to chain 1 to go into the corner to do a cluster, a corner, and a cluster. So let's do the first cluster in the corner. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to chain 1, 2, 3 to do another corner, and to go 1, 2, 3. Not do another corner, but do another part of the corner. So there. Now we chain 1 to go into the middle space. This is not the corner. 1. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. 2, 3. Then we chain 1 to do the 3 double crochets here. 1, 2, 3. That's how it looks at the moment. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then going to the same space to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Let's chain 1 and we go into the middle space. This is the middle space. It's not the corner. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, 3 double crochets. We chain 1 and we're at the corner now. So we are going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and then chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to chain 1. But you see that there's the 3 that we've started. So I've already chained 1. We're just going to join. So that's 1, 2. And then in the third space, we're going to slip stitch. And go. That's the triangle. Now we go on to the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4 because we're going to move on to the next gap here. So you go 3 double crochets in the space, 2, 3, and then you chain 1, and we're going to chain 2 in the we're going to do a cluster, and then we're going to chain 3 and then do another cluster. 1, 2, 3. Then we chain 1 to move on to the next space. So let's go into that space. Go 1, 2, 3, chain 1 into the next space. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, to the next space is the corner. So now we do the first cluster. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. That is the one corner. So now we're going to chain 1, move on to the next space. 1, 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1 to go to the corner, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay, now we're going to do the second cluster. 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Now here, okay, this must go down. Now here you can see that we have one of the one cluster, so we just need 2 more to make them 3. So I'm crocheting 1 and 2, and then we're going to slip stitch in the third. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Now we're going to go into the 1, 2, 3, 4, into the 5th. So I hope you can see that when you do the middle parts, you just need to chain 1, and when you get to the corner, in order to make the corner, you double crochet 3 in here, chain 3, double crochet 3, and then chain 1, and you move on, and so forth. I'm going to do the last row, so you need to do this until it covers your chest, your whole chest. That means from one boob to the other, covering. So I'm going to do one last so you can see how you start when this is on the end. Previously I've shown you how to start when it's on this side. So let's chain 3. Remember, when it's this side we chain 4. Now we're chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, and in the space put in 2 more. Now we've started with 3. Chain 1, move on to the next space to do a cluster of 3, chain 1, 1, double crochet, 2, 3, gonna chain 3, 1, 2, 3, into the same space we do another cluster, 1, 2, 3, and chain 1, move on to the next space, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3. So there you go. That's how it looks. We get to the other corner, we chain 1, and we're going to do a cluster, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, chain 1, move on to the next space. Just make sure your hand is not too tight, because I know I have a tight hand. If your hand is tight, my suggestion is for you to chain 2 actually instead of chaining 1. If you know that you can't loosen the grips. So we chain 1, move on to the next. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, chain 1. Now we are at the corner. 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, gonna chain 1, 1, 2, 3, gonna chain 1, and we're going to join because there's already 3 of the cluster here. 1, 2, 3. In the third hole, we're going to slip stitch and chain 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Remember, because it's starting here, so this is going to be the third when you come to this hole. So continue that way. I am going to make a triangle that fits the top part of my body, and when we come back, I'm going to show you how to do the bottom part of the dress, because really this is the top part. The whole triangle is the top part. So continue on until it covers your chest, and I'm going to show you how big mine was. So I'll see you when we are done with the triangle that covers our chest. So I ended up doing, let's see how many. Oh, it's hard to see the circle now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I ended up doing 14. So this 14 is just outside my boobs. It just covers the outside of my boobs. We're not done with the top yet. So what we are going to do, I cut off the yarn. This is where the yarn was. So what we are going to do now is to make some additions on the sides and the bottom, because if we just make it a triangle, it might be too big. So we're going to join at the top here. Just gonna do that. So we are going to chain 4. I'm gonna bring it in a bit. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to chain 3. So we're going to continue all the way to this side. 2, 3, and then chain 1. So I'm just going to go all the way down and then do the triangle, because we're going to do our neck, and we just want to cover the sides nicely without the top being too long on the neck. But if you want to continue that way and make it long, by all means, if you feel that's what is working for you, you can go ahead and continue that way. But I have always just so that I can increase the sides and the bottom without increasing the top of the triangle. So you chain 1. This is where that yarn was cut. So you chain 1. 2, 3, chain 1, 2, 3. So I'm almost at the end this side, and when I'm at the end, gonna do the same thing and do a cluster, then chain 3 and cluster, and then continue. So you go that way. Chain 1, chain 1. Now we are at the corner, so I'm going to do the first cluster, and then we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, go back in there, chain 1, 2, 3. I just want to go to the other side. So just remember, so this one was the first one, so we're gonna end, this one was the first one, so we're gonna end the crochet on the other side. So I'm just going to go around this way and do 2 clusters here up until at the top. So I'm gonna show you when we arrive here what we do to go back to the other side till we come this side. So I am almost at the last bit. This is that corner cluster, so I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to chain 3 in this corner of the cluster. I'm going to chain, then I chain 1, turn it around, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 4 because now we're going back this side. So I'm just gonna go back that way. So I'm gonna go back this way and then come this side. When I arrive this side, I'm going to chain for this chain and then go back one last time so that it can cover my whole chest. So you just need to be stretching it out because it seems to want to sit weirdly. But yeah, okay, so I'm going back the other way around, back to this side. So you must just put it against your chest and keep measuring because you don't want it to be too big. So if it's sitting well and covering you really well, then you can do this last bit. And if you want to make it bigger, then you can continue on this side, go back. And so this side just remains straight while you go back and forth to increase, or you can leave it this way. I'm a size medium. And I don't have a big chest, so that's why I'm leaving it this way. So I'm gonna go back around, and then once I have put it against myself, and I will let you know if I've added one more row or I left it this way, and then we can start the bottom of the dress. So guys, I am towards the end, so I'm just gonna put in, this is the straight part of our top, put in the last bit. Just gonna do that. Okay, I am happy. I just did 2 times on the extensions, and I am happy with it, because we're going to just do half double crochets on the sides once everything is done. So this is our top part completed. If you want, you can go ahead and make the first what is this thing that you use to tie the top? Yeah, that long thing. I cannot remember it now, but you can go and do one on this side, because we're going to do one on that side. But I'm not going to do it now. For now, I'm just going to cut the yarn, and we're going to start with our bottom part. So once I have done that, this is the top part that's going to go to your neck. So I am going to, so make sure that this is on the inside, the crooked looking part, and then the smooth looking part is going to be on the outside. I'm going to connect the yarn this side, and I am going to chain, I'm going to make chains that go around the top like this. So I want you to measure your waist. How many centimeters is your waist, and in comparison to what you already have, and then what you need to add. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I will let you guys know. So I've measured myself, and basically this is half of the body. So I'm going to connect the yarn this side. Make sure that the ugly looking part is on the inside, and then the smooth part is on the outside. You see that? So I've joined that. So now I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm chaining 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So it's not on the other side yet. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna do 61, 62, 63, 64, and 65. Okay, goes all the way to that side. And then I'm just going to slip stitch this side on the outside. I'm going to slip stitch. So before you continue, make sure that this line is sitting like that. It's on the outside. It's on the smooth and nice side. And also, once you slip stitch here, put it through your head so that you make sure that it can actually go through your shoulders. If you make the mistake of continuing and you haven't put it through your shoulders, it might not be able to fit through your shoulders, because your waist is usually smaller than your shoulders. So I'm going to try and, okay, so we're going to slip stitch here. We go under, and then we bring the yarn over, and like that. So you can see the outside is sitting on the outside. So we're going to start chain 1, 2, 3. We're going to start the first cluster going down, and we go into that first hook where the first one is. 2, 3. So that's the first cluster. I'm gonna chain 1, and then we count 1, 2, 3, and then in the fourth we put in a cluster. 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Chain 1, count 1, 2, 3, and then in the fourth chain we put in the cluster. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, and the fourth, do a cluster, 2, 3. So we're going on that cluster now. You see that? This is the beginning of the line going down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, why are you doing that to me now? 1, 2, 3, and then in the fourth. One, 2, 3. Cluster in the fourth. Because this ring light is so hot. I am getting hot. 1, 2, 3. In the fourth, we do a cluster. Chain 1, 2, 3. Fourth, we do a cluster. I do a cluster. Cannot wait to reach the end because it's gonna get easier. And of course we do a cluster. One, 2, 3, and then the fourth we do a cluster. Okay, we are finally meeting the other line. Gonna chain 1. So this cluster looks like it would have been sitting in here. So we're going to move on to the next chain space. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. So you see where the cluster is. It looks like it would have been sitting in here. We're going to, don't worry so much about this, we're going to join later to make it look nicer. So now we're continuing, and in each space we're going to do 3 double crochets. which is the clusters, chain 1 and continue. So we are going to continue until I meet you at the end. Chain 1. Okay, let me crochet by myself, and then I'll meet you at the end. I want to meet you at the end, but I want to crochet with you as well. Okay, gonna check how it looks so far. Okay. So here's how it looks so far, and the back is like that. So there we go, we've started the dress. This is the start of the bottom of the dress. So I'm almost at the end, so we can do this together. And if you're not that fast yet, that's okay. You can pause the video and then fast forward to where I connect the bottoms. I don't know how people multitask. Like if I'm trying to concentrate, I don't know what the heck I'm saying, because my brain is like, focus on this, but then I need to guide you guys. So it's tricky. And 1, okay. Make sure this is on the right side. Let's do that while I'm telling you to do that. Okay. So it's supposed to sit that way. Ugly on the inside, pretty on the outside. Like that. So that we can join it. Okay. So this looks like this would have been the first cluster to go in here. So I've chained 1 and I'm just going to connect this. So chain 1, 2, 3. So like we did previously, if this is the first one, we chain 4 and move on into this one. And if it was the last one, then we would have just did the first cluster. So I chained 1 and now I'm continuing with that. Chain 1. So let's meet. I'm going to do 2 rows of this, and then I'm going to show you how to increase slightly so that your dress can fit you properly around the hips. So let me continue, and then I'm going to do, so this will be 1, 2. I'm going to do 2 more, and then we can start increasing. Remember, always fit this top part to make sure that it fits you nicely. So guys, I have reached, I did 4 lines, and now we're going to start with the increase on the sides. This was where it ended. So to increase, so this is the first one, 1, 2, 3. We're not going to increase there immediately. Just gonna chain 1, then we will increase in this side in the next space. So 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and then in the same space 1, 2, 3. Now you can leave a marker where you chained 1 so that you don't forget where you chained. Okay, chain 1, move on to the next one. So in here we're just going to chain 1 until chain 1 and 1 cluster until we reach the other side to increase once. Chain 1, chain 1, chain 1, chain 1, okay. Yeah, almost there. Okay, we are almost on the side of the dress. Chain 1, almost on the side. Just 1 more and then it will be the side, and then we are going to do an increase. So I'll do an increase on the side. Chain 1. Okay, now we're going to do that, the 2 clusters, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then 3 double crochets, and then we're going to go all the way to the other side. So I'm going to pause the video here and meet you on the other side. Chain 1, okay, let me pause the video here and going to meet you on the other side, and we're going to do another increase on the next row. All right, I'll meet you on the end and then we'll do another increase. So I have reached the end of that 1 row, and I'm going to chain 1 and slip stitch in the 3rd. I'm now going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4 to move on to the next. So in this row, I'm not going to increase. I'm going to increase on the next row. So you're just going to increase as much as you need. So you just need to keep on putting this from the head to check that it fits you, and increase as much as you need to. Really, that's how you adjust. So by increasing, you just put in 2 in 1. That's how you increase. So I'm going to, for me, I'm going to increase on the next row, and then not increase, and then increase on the next row, and then fit it, and then I'm going to continue with the straight without any increase once it has reached my bum and it fits fine. It stretched quite nicely, but yeah, you still need to fit it now and then, because it's hard to give measurements because everybody's body is different. You know, even if I say I'm a size 32, you might have a bigger bum or a smaller waist, and you know, clothes just sit differently on you. So you just need to increase as much as you need. Keep fitting it on your body. Another way to actually see if the dress is going to fit is by putting it against your own clothes. If you have a skirt, just put the dress against the skirt, and if it's still small, then you increase each row according to the size that you need to increase with. Chain 1. So yeah, that's how my dress looks. I'm going to I'm not increasing now. I'm going to increase in the next row and then not increase and see how it fits. If it does, I'll increase one more time and then not increase until I do the length that I want, and I will let you know how many rows I ended up doing for the dress to sit the way that it does, or it did. If you want to make it longer, you can continue going. So guys, I ended up doing 29 rows. So this is how it looks at the back, and I liked this length, so I ended with it. So now I'm just going to show you how to do the ties for the neck, and then just go around and close this so that it looks nice at the back. So you're gonna go ahead and attach the yarn. Attach the yarn. I'm gonna remove this from auto. Okay. So I've attached the yarn, and it depends on how long you want to make your neck ties. But yeah, you just do a chain with the necktie going up. You can actually do the necktie and then go back up and do single crochet just to make it thick, but I'm not gonna do it this time. So I'm just going to go around the dress and do single crochets. So now we're going around doing single crochet. Okay. And go to the next. So we're going to go around the dress back doing single crochets, just to close the dress up nicely. So I'm doing it from the inside, as you can see. We started at the one corner. So this is the corner of the top of the dress. So I'm just going to do that, chain 1 and go in the same hole. There's the corner. Now we're going to the other side. with the single crochets. So a single crochet going down. There was the one in the middle here. Okay, and down, chain one, there's the chain one in the middle. Just make sure we cover it as well. Don't make it too tight, just make sure that you make it a little loose so that it's not making the dress, the top part of the dress, into a cocoon of some sort. Just makes it easier to go to in the top part. Okay, going down with the single crochets. If you like, you can do half double crochets, actually. Not too much of a big deal. We are almost reaching the bottom of the dress, and I'm going to show you how to make it look decent. Oh, here's single crochets. I hope you know how to single crochet, because if you don't know how to single crochet, I will put a link below. I always say I put links below, but after I publish the video, I'm just so tired. So now we're almost at the corner. Now I'm going to do a half double crochet in the one before the corner, and then do a double crochet here, and then treble crochet here, and then double crochet in the next one. So I'm just making a nice long corner. What I did on this side, I'm doing on that side. And then now we half double crochet. So half double crochet, we go in there, pull all three, and then we single crochet our way back. So this is where it gets interesting. You just want to make it slightly tighter by skipping one row or one space now and then, because we want to close up the back a little bit. So here I'm just going in there. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see. And then I'm just gonna go in here, and then go in here, and then go at the top here. Then I'm going to skip here and go into this one. So I'm gonna go into the middle and then go to the next thing, the next cluster, and then I go in the middle of this, and then I go to the next cluster, and I go in the middle and the next cluster, just checking so it's closing up a little bit. Then I can leave the space a bit and just continue crocheting normally until I get almost to the other side. Then I'm going to skip again so I can close the dress up a little bit. Okay, so we still have a bit of space to go. So you're just going to continue doing this, just crocheting normally, filling all the spaces. And this is going to be my last. Then I'm going to do that skipping of spaces. So I'm on the cluster, then I go to the middle, and then I go to the cluster, and then the middle. This just closes the dress up nicely. Cluster, and then middle. Just make sure you don't close it up too much. Remember, you still have to put your shoulders through it when you put it on. Okay, now we're at the corner, and I'm doing a half double crochet. Almost at the corner, then I'm doing a double crochet, and then I'm doing a treble crochet right in the corner. Make it long. And then we do a double crochet in the next space. And that is tricky, in the next space. And then we're going to do half double crochet. And then we're going to single crochet back, like we did on the other side. Into that hole. So it's a bit bright in here. So we're going back up, and we're going to meet our crochet on the other side where we started. We will be there just now. Going back up. Sorry, I think a bit of hair. Going back up. With the single crochet. Back up, back up, back up. We are almost there. You can pause the video or you can crochet back up with me. I know sometimes I like to crochet along, and sometimes I like to go by myself and continue so I can see what is going on. Now I wish I had a sound room, so it can be quiet in here. Okay. Yeah. Yes, we are. Okay, so I'm doing in the last bit. And this was the corner, so I'm going to crochet in the first space I started, chain 1, and then go up to the top and slip stitch. Now you can continue and just chain however many chains you want to make the the dress ties, but I just want to remind you that at the back you're going to tie it across, so you need to make it a little bit longer. I would say about 150 chains, so that it goes from your neck and then across and then ties back. If you want even longer, you can make it 200, but yeah, I think 150 is usually enough. So I'm going to finish up my chain. So once you've put the chain on the one side, you can cut the yarn, go to the other side, tie the yarn here, and then continue with the chain, and then the dress will be finished.